Hello and welcome back to DRFS Season 4 Round 5 Tier 1. You might not recognize his voice, but my name is Lol Power, also known as GT Sport Montages. I will do Tier 1 for this week. We are at Branch Hatch today in the NSXs. Let's go through the lineup for today. First off, we have Plux the Duck, who put his car on pole for this week's race. Then we have Flappy. Then we have O'Reilly. In fourth position we have Lex. Then in fifth we have Mr. Sean. In sixth we have Cartman Reviser. Then in seventh place we have Vlaev. In eighth position we have Murkov. In ninth position we have RJ Cool. Then in 10th position we have John William Megan. Then in 11th we have Zivago. In 12th we have Awesome Alex. In 13th place we have Old Man. In 14th place we have GTO. And last but not least we have Café Del Mar in 15th position. That is your lineup of today. Let's see what this race will bring us. And it's lights out and away we go. Plux getting a lot of wheel spin and there already goes Lex up the inside from 4th position into 2nd. Can they make it all through the first corner? Yes they can. Nobody on the gravel, everybody still alive. Lex had an excellent start, but Sean has already gone back up into 2nd position. There we see Flappy looking to go around the outside of Lex, but it doesn't work. Then we have Captain O'Reilly in 5th position. Behind him is Cartman Reviser, the first non-Briton from the top to bottom. Then we have Murkov in 7th position. Fliaf, sorry, in 19th. John in 9th. RJ Cool in 10th. Awesome Alex in 11th. Zivago. Oh, as we see somebody, who is that? That is Old Man. He has spun round. Let's see what happened. Let's go on board with him. Goes a bit wide, left rear tire onto the gravel and you are gone. That is really unfortunate. Back at the front, it's still the same as it was before. Although I say that Flappy goes down the inside of Lex to reclaim his 3rd position. But there comes O'Reilly also down the inside of Lex. Lex has lost 2 positions in 2 corners. Ain't looking too good for him. Now it is the question, will Cartman go past Lex as well? Into turn 4 they go. You need to get a great exit out of here, or at least a better one than the car in front of you, otherwise you won't make any inroads. As Lex is trying to go around the outside of O'Reilly. Doesn't work this time. But there goes Cartman down the inside. Lex didn't get a great exit out of that corner. And does he make the move stick? There's a bit of contact. The rubbing is racing. But Lex keeps his 5th position. At the end of it all, Cartman has lost the position to Flaif. I think that's how you pronounce it. Cartman looking to go around the outside of Flaif. And Murkoff is also in the battle now, and John as well. It's a four-way battle for 6th position here. Still the same at the first corner. Down into the hairpin they go. I don't know the corner names, so sorry for that. Lovely camera shot as we see somebody going very wide. It is Murkoff, who was a bit on the grass. Let's have a look. Yes, it goes a bit wide. Who comes back onto the circuit, nearly collects John there. But he kept it on the road, somewhat. And is now down in 9th position. At the front we have Plux, who is pulling away from Sean and Flappy behind. Then we have O'Reilly. Then we have Lex. There we have Flaif and Cartman. Cartman very close to Flaif. Let's see if Cartman can make something out of it. Then we have John, who I think on his screen it is raining. His windscreen wipers are on. Oh, now they're off. Wrong button. Then we have Murkoff. Then awesome Alex, who's now in 10th position. Then we have RJ Cool. Next up in 12th position we have GTO. Haven't seen him so far in this race, but now you have. Then we have Zivago in 13th position, and there is a yellow flag. It is at the front. Who is it? It is Mr. Sean. Oh, it's all kicking off back here as we see Mr. Sean going off track again. But there was somebody else as well. Let's drive on board with O'Reilly, seeing what happens. Oh, it just goes too wide, and there he goes. Luckily the ghosting system is doing what it's supposed to, and oh, although I say that, as we see him unghosting at a very inconvenient time. Seeing Zivago crash into the back of GTO, I think it was. And RJ Cool has also made a mistake. That's unfortunate. Flappy still in 2nd position, just as Plux is still in 1st position, but now O'Reilly is in 3rd position and he is now on the podium. Let's see if O'Reilly can catch up to Flappy. Into the hairpin they go for the 5th time this race, and many more to come. Good first sector from O'Reilly. Don't get too wide, as we saw what Sean did. Getting a bit too much curb on the exit maybe. But I think O'Reilly is a bit too far to make a move soon. So let's have a look at somewhere behind, as we see Murkoff and John. John still having his window wipers on. Maybe he needs to unbind that key for the sake of good looking. Into the penultimate corner they go, and then into the last one. Mr. Sean, who is now down in 11th position after his going off track and rejoining Mayhem. That saw him going from 3rd position down into 11th. Surely not what he hoped to achieve this race. Zivago, meanwhile, is now down in last position. Probably went off track and got overtaken by some other drivers. Zivago now down in 15th position. As we see O'Reilly lagging all over the place. That won't be good for the other guys, but I was gonna say, where is Flappy? Flappy now all the way down in 9th position. What happened? Into turn 3 they go, a bit wide on the exit as we saw somebody else do earlier. But unfortunately Flappy can't hold it onto on the circuit. Ghosting system doing what it's supposed to do again. But that is really, really unfortunate. Everybody in 2nd position seems to lose it at some point or another. So O'Reilly needs to be very careful. But seeing how he was lagging and still is lagging all over the place, he needs to be very careful. Also Lex behind. If Lex can catch up to O'Reilly, he needs to be very conscious about where O'Reilly should be and where he is on the screen. But if you look at the mini-map on your right hand top corner side of your screen, you will see there's quite a train forming of about 5 cars, and then behind we have also 5 other cars. So looking like it's a bit of slipstream tow, and they can't get past. Although I say that, as we see Café Del Mar getting it a bit wrong at the hairpin, going a bit too narrow, I believe, if I saw that correctly. Mr. Sean. Oh, as we see, GTO, oh, he went very sideways, very sideways. That has cost him a position to RJ Cool. But luckily he kept it on the track, otherwise he would have visited the barrier. There is a yellow flag, but who is it? It is somebody up the road. Let's see. Can we catch who it is? It is John. John with his windscreen wipers has gone off in a very dramatic way, spinning around 2 times before finally coming to a stop. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was very dangerous. See him coming up onto the track again. Oh man. That will probably be reported to the stewards, as we see Café Del Mar and Sean both having trouble with avoiding John. The question is, where is Captain O'Reilly? He has quit the race. Whilst he was in 2nd place, must have lost it at some point or another. Because normally, from my experience, you normally won't quit a race when you are in the podium positions. But maybe for O'Reilly, it's a different story. Yes. I think it is. Yeah. Zivago backwards on the back straight onto the last corner. Isn't having the best of races, I must say. That is really unfortunate for him. Lux has just driven away at this point. Now it's mostly a battle for second place with Lex back up into second position, where he was for a brief moment at the start of the race after his phenomenal start. But Flaif is behind him, and behind him is Cartman. Cartman, we know, is a very quick driver, so don't lose track of him. As Flappy is now back up into 5th position. After he has spun, was down in 9th position, already gained 4 places. Very well done there, sir. Then behind we have Mr. Sean and Awesome Alex battling it out. Teammates, I believe. Looking at the livery they share. But can Mr. Sean overtake Alex? Excuse me, sorry. Had a long day. Bit tired. Good day, everybody has sometimes. The gap between Lex and Vliaf is all about Flaif, sorry, is about the same as it was previous lap, although I say that, and I actually think it has become a bit bigger. So Lex pulling away slightly. Mr. Sean is into the pits as the first one, and he is already out of it. Very quick pit stops around here. Put on some fresh tires. Fuel looks good, so no worries for that. Now it's going to the end of the race on the super softs. Looking to go for the undercut. Who knows, it might work, it might not. We will come back to him once he starts his first flying lap. Plux is staying out. Maybe for one more lap, although his tires look good, so maybe he's going for the nose stopper. Lex and Flaif also staying out. Cartman quite a margin back, but there goes Flappy into the pits as well. And Murkoff also follows him in. Dowler's not now. We don't want the message. Murkoff coming out of the pits now. Putting on also some fresh tires. Here we see Murkoff and RJ Cool battling it out for 6th position. You don't want to crack under pressure? around here, as we see Flux going into the pit actually. Let's have a look at him. And we see Lex and Fleaf also joining, and Cartman as well, so they are going for a bit longer, but they will have fresher tires at the end of the race. Now Flappy, is his earlier pit stop worked out for him? I think it has. Yes, it surely has. Cartman is now in 5th position whilst Flappy is in 4th. There we see John with soft tires and putting on some new soft tires. GTO has picked up a penalty at some point, nothing major, as Oldman is also in the pits. Everybody's going for the pit stop because we have crossed the halfway point of this race. Flappy now in 4th position. Last lap was a 1:25.6. Fleaf, before he went into the pits, he did a 1:24 dead. So interesting to see Flappy's lap time this time round. And it's a major improvement for his previous best, which was a 22.2. He did a 21.9 last time round. Fleaf, not so reliable timing for him, because he just came out of the pits, always slower on your out lap. Behind Café Del Mar we have a massive train, as we see RJ Cool going off track, bumping into John. John now down the inside into turn 4, and that's job done for John, who is now up into 9th position. GTO picked up another penalty at some point. Hopefully he will get rid of it soon. Mr. Sean now in 7th position. He was in, I believe it was 2nd. But after going off track he was down in 9th position, I believe. Flappy still holding strong from Cartman behind, but not making any inroads on Fleaf in front of him. Although Fleif went a bit wide, they will compromise his exit. Let's see if Flappy will get a toe down this back straight part of the track, and maybe will look for overtaking opportunity in a nearby future. Behind them we see that Cartman isn't that close. Short shift into 3rd gear. John has overtaken everybody, or no, I should say everybody, Café Del Mar, because Café Del Mar was first overtaken in turn 4, where he went a bit deep. That compromised his exit. That meant that GTO could go up the inside. Delmar flashing his lights, not too happy about it. But let's see, he went off track. Did he get a bump? I believe he did. Let's watch that from RJ Cool's point of view. Yes, there was definitely contact. So maybe the stewards will have a look into that. But this all means that John is now up in 8th position. Flappy now really close to Vliaf in front of him. Maybe with a bit of slipstream you need to get a great exit first. But maybe with a bit of slipstream he will go past. Let's see, he pulls out but thinks a second time and is, nah, don't do it this time. Maybe here? No. He's making sure that Vliaf is aware that he's behind him. Pressuring, maybe Flappy is pressuring Vliaf into a mistake. Great exit from Flappy out of that penultimate corner. Is he going to go down the inside? Yes, he is, but Vliaf closes the door. Cartman behind is all looking at this with well, excitement, I think. He thinks by himself, if they keep battling, I will gain something as well. Speaking of gaining, Flappy has gone past Vliaf. Let's see, he goes down the inside into the hairpin, goes a bit deeper, but he makes the move stick. That is Flappy up into 3rd position. Blux just running away now. Only 8 minutes to go for this race and then it's all over again. But maybe Vliaf is gonna go back. Gonna get back that 3rd position from Flappy. Flappy not getting a great exit out of that corner. Oh, Vliaf getting a bit too much curb. Sliding all around, penalty, and he has spun round. There goes his championship. Podium hopes. Maybe it's championship as well, I don't know. But that's really unfortunate. Luckily he doesn't have any damage. But yeah, shame. Pushing that a little bit too hard to catch up to Flappy in front. This has led him to lose position to Cartman. Luckily for him, Murkoff, the guy who is behind Vliaf, isn't that closely behind him. Murkoff and Sean close to each other. Sean not making any inroads after his disastrous moment earlier this race. Awesome Alex is now in 12th position, RJ Cool in 13th position. I don't know what happened to them, but they must have made a mistake or something like that, because yeah, they're all the way down there. Oldman closing up to the back of Café Del Mar. Del Mar after getting a tap. He's now in 10th position. I don't know what it is with Café Del Mar that he's flashing his lights every time he goes into a corner. Maybe it's he has binded his flashlights button with his gear down pedal or something like that. Or maybe it's intentional and he's just doing that to amuse us. Murkoff and Sean, as Sean gets it a bit on edge at the second to last corner, going a bit drift-like through that corner. Bit sketch, but he held it, and that's all that matters. He did lose a bit of time to Murkoff in front. But he should be able to catch up pretty soon. But not with that kind of exits out of the corners. Flappy now catching up to Lex in front. Lex, who was on his own for quite some time. But wait a second, we saw Murkoff spinning. Let's see. Goes into the fourth corner of this track. Going too wide on the exit. Taps the barrier. And he has spun round. Ooh, Mr. Sean narrowly avoiding Murkoff there. It's a small circuit here. Oh, luckily ghosting was in action there, otherwise would have been an airplane crash. Murkoff covering the whole width of the circuit. Let's have a look at Lex and Flappy again. Lex only needing 4 more minutes to hold off a charging Flappy behind, and then Lex will claim second position in round 5 of this season 4 championship. Let's ride on board with Flappy for a bit as they go into the 90-degree corners, or almost 90 degrees, most of them. As we saw Café Del Mar spinning behind, now in front of them, now behind them. Need to get a great exit. They get a decent exit, both of them. Flappy going a bit deeper. Did that cost him anything on the main straight? I don't think so. Is he going to go down the inside? He is. But will he make it stick? Of course he will. Same move Flappy did on Flive before. From 4th into 3rd position. And now he did the same to Lex. Now from 3rd into 2nd position. Very well done there, Flappy. Now keep it there and you should be fine. Don't make any mistakes. Looking at the previous lap time, almost identical. Although lap before Lex was about 8 tenths slower. So that's is an explanation why Flappy could catch up, but you can already see the gap Flappy has pulled to Lex now in third position. Lex not having the better pace of the two. Cartman now just in front of awesome Alex, with Alex who is lapped. So next car in line is Vlaev. Behind him we have Mr. Sean, who is now in 6th position after Murkoff spun. But John is catching up rapidly to Murkoff. So we'll have to see if John can make a move on Murkoff and maybe even on Mr. Sean as well. But I don't think there's enough time for that, because it's the final lap. The 30 minutes have passed. And we see here Plucks the Duck. He was king of Brands Hatch. Driven away from the start and never looked back. He wins round 5 of DRFS Season 4. Good job there, buddy. Then Flappy. 1 lap before the end he managed to overtake Lex. And that rewards him with a 2nd position. 2nd place I should say. Then Lex down in 3rd position. Very well driven from 4th to 3rd, I believe. Then in 4th we have Cartman. Then we have Vlaev. All of them very good races. Then we have Mr. Sean. Unfortunate after his going off track. But he will claim 6th position. Then Murkoff 7th. And John will narrowly miss out on 7th place. That was it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, subscribe, and we will see you next week.